Imagine this for a moment. You're a technician. You work in HVAC, industrial maintenance, elevator management, or more generally, in any kind of field service. So on a daily basis, what you do is that you arrive at your client site with your toolbox and your paper sheet. Every job starts the same way. You help your client by solving his problem. And to take notes of the work done, sometimes you write like this on the wall, sometimes like this on your knee. And at the end, you take a picture of the work done and you send everything back at the office. And you just hope nothing gets lost or forgotten. But deep down, you already know what's going to happen. We all know that this small piece of paper creates real problems. Inconsistent data, compliance risk, wasted time. And for the customer, let's be honest, does it really look professional? I don't think so. Even worse, reading my own notes is okay, but trying to understand my colleagues' notes? Impossible. I give up. Now, imagine another scenario. The same technician arrives on site, but this time he has a tablet or a computer, or even just his phone. Every task is guided. Every piece of information is clear and easy to record. Any items used can be tracked automatically in your system, together with your notes and the time you spent on the job. And the customer can sign directly on his portal or on your tablet. No paper, no stress. Today, I'm going to show you how to transform this small piece of paper into a powerful tool. A tool that saves you time, improves the quality of your work, and gives you insight that paper could never offer. Let me tell you a short story that actually inspired me to give this talk. The other day, I was having a lunch with my family to celebrate my mother's birthday. And during the meal, I was talking with my brother, who runs a small plumbing and heating services company. And he told me about the problems he faces with managing his employees' interventions. And he gave me a concrete example. John Smith, his best worker, visits several clients every day to repair or install equipment. And after finishing the job, he needs to report back to my brother with a work summary. And of course, the problem is that, as I said in my introduction, these reports are often incomplete, sometimes hard to read, and basically useless. Here on the screen, you can see one of his best worksheets. Not great, not easy to track, right? So my brother asked me if Odoo had anything that could help him to solve his problem. So let's find out what we can do in Odoo. First of all, you need to set up the right configurations. In the app your technicians use every day, you can create worksheet templates and customize them for their interventions report. Instead of messy notes, all the work done will be recorded in these worksheets, and because it's a template, it can be reused across different interventions, different tasks in Odoo field service application. So to create a new template, just click on New, plumbing, type a name, and Design Template. Here, note that we entered into Studio. First, let's structure a bit our worksheet with columns. Then I want my technician to be able to easily indicate that they performed the intervention. I will therefore add a relational field, a many-to-one more specifically, which is a field that makes the relation between two technical models, the worksheets model and the users model in my example. So let's put it. Select the right model, user, confirm, put a label, technician, and this allows us to select a user from the database. And since my brother's company is growing rapidly, I want to avoid having a huge list of users in my field. So in my example, I want to limit the selection to the users working in a specific department, the plumbing and services department. To do this, I will add a domain to filter the available options when using this field. So related employee department is equal to plumbing and heating services. Next, I want to add another field, a client field, and I want it to be automatically filled in based on the information already present on the task, linked to the worksheet. By using this time a related field, I can get that information right away. This time I will do task customer, my customer from my task. Let's also add the possibility to specify the date of the intervention, of course. Besides, we should also add a selection field to be able to select the type of intervention performed. So let's drag and drop it and specify all the possible values. So preventive maintenance check, for example, let's say bathroom ventilation installation, and finally shower replacement. Name it, of course. I will even make this field required. Why? Because I want my technicians to be forced to fill it in. Because for my analysis, if this field is not filled in every time, it cannot be analyzed efficiently. So let's put it required. One more thing about this field. Very often with Studio, you can specify a field widget. What is a field widget? A field widget in Odoo is a way to customize how a field data is displayed or interacted with in the interface. Here, for example, instead of a drop-down, I want the widget radio. You can see the change here. And now I want to display my possible values horizontally. Way better. Finally, I want two tabs to even more structure. This will allow me to add before and after photos of the intervention and capture signatures of the people present. So let's do this right away. Signatures for that tab. Let's drag and drop two fields, two signature fields. One for my technician, one for my client. Let's say client signature. And I also want to be able to put pictures. A before picture would make sense. So let's put an image field, name it picture before and picture after. Here you will notice that it is also possible to adjust the size if we want of the images or the signatures also for them to take up less space in my worksheet. So I will do that rapidly. I will also add another field, a selection field with this time a predefined widget to collect my client satisfaction. And note that here we can edit values to add a star if we want to. because it's a simple selection field, so I can just add the value per function, and now I have 4 stars. Then we are almost done. Let's add a small checkbox just under the client satisfaction and name it I hereby certify my agreement with the work done. And note that I can put that field true by default, so checked by default if I want to. And finally, one last small cool configuration, in my opinion. Let's make my worksheet more dynamic and avoid irrelevant data. For that, I will make the picture tab invisible if the intervention type is preventive maintenance check. Because indeed, for a simple preventive check, no photos are required. It wouldn't make sense. So let's put a condition which is type of intervention is equal to my value. And that's it. In a matter of seconds, our template is configured and it can now be used across different interventions, different tasks. Now, let's jump right into the demonstration to see in practice how my brother's employee can use that template on a daily basis. So as a technician, in the morning, you log into the software. You log into, of course, the right application, field service, and on the right task. And personally here, I already love this view. Why? Because everything is sorted in the right order. So I can just follow one task after the other during my day. Here, something else, note that we have a today filter. And for the more technical people in the room, notice how the code behind it is much simpler than before. The point is, Odoo keeps getting better, not just in features, but also in its technical foundation. Anyway, let's start with the first task of the day. On other softwares, what would you do here to drive to your client? You would click on the contact, copy the address, paste it into your GPS. In Odoo, no. There is a much faster way. Just click on View Itinerary, and that's already done. So let's drive to the next step directly. Now we've arrived at the client site, and I can start my intervention, and at the same time I will complete my worksheet with the work I've done. For example, let's say I just finished repairing Mr. Smith's shower, and I now have to quickly fill in the technical details of my intervention. So let's do this right away. Note that here I only have 3 selectable employees, those who belong to my domain, if you remember well. Those employees are the one in the plumbing and heating services department. Anyway, let's put the date. Note also that if I select here the type preventive maintenance check, the picture tab disappears, but here we are in a shower replacement. Let's sign for the technician, sign for the customer, and put the pictures before and after. Picture before and after. And finally, in a matter of seconds, I already entered all the relevant information regarding to my intervention. We are already done with our worksheet. Next, I go back to my task, and in a few clicks only, I can add the time I spent on the product, as well as the products I used that need to be invoiced to the customer. So let's do this in a matter of seconds. I add three products, and I log my time right away. Of course, I could have clicked on start when I began, stop when I finished, but personally, I prefer to record my time afterwards, manually. And that's it. The job is already done. Now I can instantly send the report to my customer and he can access it directly in his portal, or he can also simply open the PDF attached to the email. But for the today's presentation, let's see the customer portal. In my opinion, this is the best part. The report is automatically generated. No configuration needed. It includes everything: the plan date, the product used, the time spent, and even the technical details from my worksheet. No effort. Just click send report and it's done. And if needed, the customer can sign that full report right away. Now let's switch to another view, the mobile view or the tablet view. No matter, it doesn't matter. Let's say the mobile view. And as you can see, even on a phone, I can still access my field service application, my task, or on my task, I can still access my worksheets, add products, and log time if I want to. All with the same ease. Beautiful. And finally, there is one more really cool thing I want to show you. Reporting, guys. At the end of the month, or the year, of course, my brother will be able to analyze the trends from his worksheets. For example, you go and look for your worksheet template, and you click, of course, in Analysis. Let's say I want to analyze to identify which employees handle the largest share of all interventions. Let's just make a small group by technician, select the pie chart, and that's it. Michel admin is the one. Another example with a pivot table. Let's even see who gets the highest and lowest customer satisfaction ratings. Group by customer satisfaction, and that's it. More generally, my brother can do reporting and spot trends on any piece of information recorded in the worksheet. So with that information, he can take action to improve future interventions, creating a cycle of continuous improvement. Can you see the difference now? No more lost sheets, no more missing data, no more confusion. Everything is clear, structured, centralized, and ready to be analyzed to improve your future interventions. No matter what kind of field service you run, your worksheets become a real performance driver. Today we've seen how to transform this small piece of paper into a powerful tool, a tool that saves you time, improves the quality of your work, and gives you insights that paper could never offer. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, Antoine, thank you for your presentation. It seems like you've been very, very clear, as I don't have any question yet. So people, I invite you one last time to write down your questions if you have any ones. Okay, I have one. He's still writing the question. We have to wait a few seconds.
I didn't put the QR code at the beginning. I forgot.
Okay.
So it's normal.
Okay, many questions coming. Okay, the first one is, do I have to pay more for Studio?
It depends what plan you are in currently, but there is a standard plan and a custom plan. So yes, for Studio, to be able to customize things in the database, you need the custom plan. But
okay, thank you. Second one, how can we prevent the time spent from going on sales to invoice?
Actually, here I did not invoice it.
Okay.
But I guess you don't have to do anything, because what is invoiced here, what would be invoiced is the product. So normally you shouldn't have problem.
Okay. Can we use Waze instead of Google Maps?
I don't know. I don't know, so
Okay.
I should check to know, but I guess it would be possible.
Okay.
I don't know.
How it's possible to find any information on internet?
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Yes. How it's possible to find any information about that subject on the internet?
I would say AI, maybe ChatGPT could help on that, or it's also possible to go on the support page.
Okay.
So odoo.support.com, something like that, and there is an AI that already read all the documentation of Odoo, so you can ask questions there and get relevant answers.
Okay,
let's
perfect. Thank you. I have many other questions. Can we add multiple photos in a single photo field?
No, not for the moment.
Another one, can we sign the reports offline?
Offline, no. Well, I guess it's possible, but the database of my brother, in my example, won't receive, of course, the signature. But I guess when the client will be online, the signature will be sent afterwards.
Okay. One big one. In your example, you added the client in the worksheet.
Yes.
Let's say, for whatever reason, you change the customer in the project or the task.
Okay.
Would the worksheet that was already signed also change? Will the change be documented somewhere?
So the report won't change, but the worksheet will change because in my example, I added a related field. So it always takes the value of the task, but there is a way to change that in my customizations of my worksheet. Here, if I go into the technical properties of my field, I could put it as stored, and if I do that, the value won't change automatically if you change the value on the task.
Okay.
So it's a bit technical, but it's good to know.
Okay. Those all the features you show us today are available on the version 18.
Yes.
Okay. Is there an app for field service like the POS app?
Yes.
I think you
Field
just...
service is an application. Yes, this one.
Okay.
That was the question.
Yeah, that was the question.
Okay.
So maybe you can explain how that person can find the app inside the Odoo dashboard.
Oh yes, of course. In the apps module, you can in the app store actually of Odoo, you can just type field service and find it, and you just need to install it, and that's it.
Another question about the offline topic. Does it work offline when the technician might not have signal?
Sign what? Right?
Signal, like any connection.
So I don't think he could access actually his database if he doesn't have. No, I don't think so. I'm almost sure it's not possible actually.
Okay, I double check the question to make sure I didn't lose any ones. One moment. Okay, one more question. Is it possible to show all the products added to the task that the customer has to pay to the worksheets?
So showing the product added to the task. So here, if I add some product, you can find the products added in a sale order. So you could go in that smart button to see the products added. I don't know if this answers the question. I'm not sure about the question.
Okay. So thank you guys for your attention. We are running out of time. Maybe you can remind them where they can find you to ask you more questions.
Yes, well, anywhere. Sometimes at the service zone, but anywhere you can come and talk with me.